Patriot Prime Reviews is a channel for adult collectors and may not be suitable for children under 13 years of age. Viewer discretion is advised.
This video is sponsored by Toyhax.com. They're your one-stop shop for reproduction decals for your vintage G1 Transformers and upgrade decals for your modern bots. Weaponry for your figures from the Toyhax Armory, and great-looking backdrops for your display from Toy Stages. And when you visit Toyhax.com, make sure and use my monthly promo code to save 15% off your order. So yes, 15% off when you use my promo code right here. So check out Toyhax.com and make your collection stand out from the rest. And tell them Patriot Prime sent you. Now, on to the video. The featured bot in this video is 2003's Transformers Universe Razorclaw. I figure with Transformers United Tigerhawk being the big thing right now, it will be a perfect time to revisit his original toy. Or rather, an awesome repaint of his original toy. Now, I had Tigerhawk back in the day. I bought him when he was first released back in 2003, but unfortunately I sold that figure off in 2012. But I recently picked this figure up at TFCon Orlando, 100% complete for a great price. And I am so looking forward to showing him off for you guys, especially the tank mode that I just recently discovered with United Tigerhawk. So now, without further ado, let's take a look at this awesome Predacon. And welcome to Patriot Prime Reviews. Now we'll start things off by taking a look at Razorclaw in his robot mode. And first off, I do want to show the accessories that he comes with. That way you'll know if you get one 100% complete. He has these two launching feather missiles that actually plug in to the ends of the wings and lock in place just like so. I'll show you how those fire off later in beast mode. He comes with these two launchers and two missiles. We'll put a missile in right here, and these actually have a pretty good range to them. So I dig that. I love the fact that these older figures had the launching missiles. They just don't make them like that anymore. Of course, I can't get the missile back in, so we'll go ahead and put in both missiles for Razorclaw. Now, to display the launchers in robot mode, there's a spot where you can hide them in the wings, but most people put the launchers in his left fist. You got a little peg right there, and they only work in the left fist because, as you can see, the left fist has the hole right there, where the right fist has a molded claw, and these just don't fit. So how you do this is you'll plug one here on top and one in the bottom, so it gives him some sort of big mega dual blaster. So there you go. Now you have Razorclaw all armed up and ready for battle. Now, taking a closer look at the figure, actually I'm going to take the weapons off because the missiles are on a hair trigger. So anyway, taking a closer look at the figure, love the head sculpt. He's got a very, very angry face, yellow eyes behind a red visor. The helmet is a bluish purple, and he's got some great molded detail on the helmet, and I've never noticed this before. Look how asymmetrical the helmet is. So you've got all the purple here on this side, while on this side you can actually see a molded in ear right there with the fur. That's pretty cool. Moving on down, he does have a Maximal symbol on his chest, though he is a Decepticon. I said Predacon earlier. He is a Decepticon, and I'll show that to you later on. Moving on down, we've got a feathered loincloth right here. It looks like this one is bent. I'm not sure. If I remember correctly, I think my original one I had back in the day, that was bent there as well. So that may be the way it is. Let's see. Let's go look at more of this detail. Very asymmetrical character. You've got a red spark chamber right here with a pilot seat on the inside. And from what I understand, when these figures were released or designed, they were supposed to have some kind of spark pilot, but Hasbro decided to ditch that idea, but there's still the seat inside. And then you've got, let's see, the arm right here with the molded in blasters. As I showed you earlier, there's the painted claws. The rotation or the articulation for this arm is great. You can do a complete 360 if you move the wings out of the way. It's on a nice ratchet. Arm can go out. Well, it's not supposed to do it that way. It unpegs. Arm can go out this way. There is an elbow bend if you rotate it around. So his fist is kind of up. I wish the elbow bend was like right here so you could point the weapon, but I guess you could do, that if you'd like. So a lot of articulation for that arm. For the arm with the tiger head, and it popped loose as well. There's not much rotation with this at all. I mean, you can do a complete 360. The arm can go out, well, barely. I'm afraid if you move it too much, it's going to pop loose right here. There is an elbow bend right there, so you can kind of do that fist motion just like the other arm. Lots of nice details on it as well. Now you can move this battle mask section out and around the tiger head, but it still doesn't give this arm a lot of articulation. As you can see, it pops loose from the figure. There is no waist rotation. Flip the loincloth out of the way. The legs can go up. They can go back, they can go out slightly, and it's on a nice soft ratchet as well. There is a nice deep knee bend, and the feet can move up and down with those cool pistons right there. I love that. So, not bad. He's got decent articulation. The wings, they can move back and forth, but they do lock in place. There's a lever here that will drop them back down. I'll go back more into that later on. There is also a switch right here that can bring the wings up. That comes into play in beast mode. So that is pretty much it for Razorclaw in his robot mode. He's really cool looking, really funky. I mean, I just love the details on this guy. He's just totally wild. So let's get him transformed into his beast mode. And bear with me, it's been a while since I transformed this guy. So I believe the first thing we'll do is pop these arms loose, like I've been doing the whole time for this review so far. You pop those loose, and then what you're going to do is open the chest area here. Get this out of the way. Let me see. Rotate these around. This guy has it's a messy transformation. Let me see here. Let's go ahead down here first. You're going to pop the loincloth up. There's a little section underneath the feathers. This hole right here locks the crotch area in place. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way. You unfold the legs like so. This may open up the back for me. There we go. Or it actually opens the front. So it's going to bring the front down. Rotate the head around and go ahead and fold it up into this section. And right there is his spark chamber with the Decepticon insignia. I don't know why they hid that on the inside. I wish they had it on the outside for the figure instead of the Maximal logo, but it is what it is. Now, let's see which way we're going to rotate this. It only goes one way, just like United Tigerhawk. So rotate this around like so. Now, I do not like the fact that is all translucent plastic on those hinges. That makes me nervous, but so far, so good with this figure. So now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring these wings up out of the way, take the head, and if you look, there's a hole in the arm right there. That is going to peg into the port right here on the back. So let me go ahead and bring that up. Actually, going to lock the head in first right here. Okay, that snaps into place. Now we're going to bring the arm up and lock it in. Just like so. We're going to rotate the leg sections forward. This guy is such a pain in the ass to transform. There's just so much stuff in the way. Gotta get these little sections here out of the way, bring this over, bring this, as soon as I get these out of the way, up and over in this whole back section. Open these legs up. And then this back section here is going to lock in place over these little purple hinges. So that's going to go up, snap into place like so. We are almost there. Bring the forearms up out of the way. There is pegs right here that are going to peg into the shoulder section or the spark chamber. Get everything lined up. Like I said, easier said than done when you're doing it on camera. So did I get both sides? Yes, I did. Got that locked in. You're going to take the arm and it just kind of folds up into the crotch area like that. You're going to bring these legs around. Open the claws. They are on a spring, so you want to open them real wide. There we go. Go ahead and bring the tail feathers down. The wings are up. And let's see. Lastly, fold the blue section up. Bring around the giant beast claws here. Same thing on the other side. Bring the purple section up. Giant beast claw around. Let's get the wings into position. They're actually supposed to be in the up position like so. We'll get the feet positioned just right. And there we go. We got Tigerhawk in his weird Fusor beast mode. Now what we're going to do is take the launchers, and they're actually going to plug in right here at the wings. So you look around, you'll see this little notch right here. Match that up, and then bring the launcher around, and it's going to lock in place and fire the missile. Like I said, this figure is on a hair trigger. It doesn't take much to launch the projectiles. Of course, it does take much to put the projectiles back in place. So we're going to do the same thing with the other one. Look for the notch. It's right here by the trigger. Put this in, rotate around. Now, there we have Razorclaw in his beast mode. And this is a wild looking beast mode. It's a combination of a tiger and a hawk, or maybe in Razorclaw's case, a falcon and a panther, or a buzzard or a panther, or whatever. It is just weird. It's just goofy, glorious, awesome, all at the same time. Now let's take a look here at the sculpted detail for the beast face. I love it. It's a nice combination of organic and robotic. As you can see, the molded in fur, the molded in metal sections right there, the ears. I love the eyes with the green, the cat eye right there. Very, very asymmetrical. You can see kind of like a crown molded section right there. I've never really noticed so much different textures with this figure until now, looking through the camera. Great paint applications. The mouth can open. You can see the teeth and the fang, and he's got a purple tongue that's articulated. I mean, how many Transformer figures have articulated tongues? I think that's pretty cool. I hate the fact he's got a big screw right there in the nose, but is what it is. More details, lots of fur, lots of metal, big claws right there. And then you go back here in the back, and he's got the chicken legs, which are pretty posable. I mean, they're decent enough. Nice combination of the organic and robotic as well. Same with the wings. You can see the molded in feathers along with the metallic, the metal, the robot sections. I mean, it's glorious. It's just weirdly glorious. Very, very 90s. You got the spark chamber right there on the chest now. Let's see, articulation. I showed you the chicken legs can move around. There's a lot of articulation there. The forearms can rotate forward and back. Could probably do a complete 360 there. The legs, they can go out about yay far, and they can bend slightly at, I guess, the bicep. So that's pretty much it for the articulation. Barely any for the head. I mean, he's going to be looking straight down unless you put his battle mask on. To do the battle mask, you just pull it out from the back of his head, bring it up and over, and it just goes over him pretty much like Battle Cat. And I like this look because the head can look up now instead of down, and it really doesn't give him much more articulation other than up and down, but I like that. Now, when you got Razorclaw in package, this is how he was packaged, with the battle mask deployed like so, and there wasn't any instructions stating that it could store in the back of the head. So with my original figure, I thought this was how he was supposed to look. It wasn't until I started doing research on Tigerhawk that I realized that that could fold inside the neck. So now we're going to go into the gimmicks of the beast mode. So we're getting into his, I guess, attack mode, his battle mode. So as you can see, the wings are in an up position. There is a lever back here. You push this lever forward and the wings drop down and the launchers flip up. And I think that's awesome. You also have these spring-loaded feathers right here that pop up as well. Then there is a button here on the wings. Flip this around and this will bring the wings forward as well. So now he is ready to attack in beast mode. We saw the launchers earlier. Here's the feather launchers. They got a pretty good range on them as well. Go ahead and put that back in place. Don't want to lose nothing. So there we go. So you got the feather launchers, the rocket launchers right here. Oh yeah, wanted to show this off. Let me bring the wing up real quick. There is molded in Gatling guns right there if you don't have the cannons deployed. So let me get those back out. Also, another gimmick right here, I kind of showed earlier, the talons can grab. There's a little trigger right here. Push the trigger and the talons will grab you. So both of those do that, and I think that's a pretty cool little gimmick. It can be a pain in the butt when you're trying to pose him. You'll put him down and those things pop off, but it doesn't happen a lot, and I dig it. I love gimmicks. I've said that so many times in so many of my reviews of older figures. Gimmicks are awesome. I wish they had more gimmicks today. So now let's go over his tank mode. Every Transmetal 2 figure had a third mode. Like Transmetal 2 Megatron, he had the dragster mode. Transmetal 2 Tarantulas had the motorcycle mode, and so on. Tigerhawk, also Razorclaw, had this mode as well, but for some reason it was hidden. They aborted it from the instructions. It was never gone over or explained. I just recently discovered it myself. So to do that, well, when I had this original figure, I always wondered why there was rolling wheels on top of the wings. I never understood it. Now I do. It's tank mode. So for tank mode, what we're going to do is, first thing, unpeg the arm from the top, and we are going to rotate the head around. And you want to make sure the heads, there's sculpted details right there, you want to make sure that's going to clear that little purple section where the head rotates. So go ahead and rotate the head around backwards like so, because you're going to lay Tigerhawk down this way. Take the claws, go ahead and just snap them shut and kind of bend them down out of the way. And then you're going to take the arms, bend these back out of the way. So hard to do this on camera. So you got this going on. Now you're going to bring the wings all the way up. Then launched a feather again. And you have this arm right here, just kind of fold it forward. And there you go. There is Razorclaw's tank mode. Let me see if I can fold those feet down a little bit more here in the back. Get the claws down. So yeah, there you go. You got the battle mask. You got the arm overhead. You actually got the cockpit right here. The wheels, it can roll. I mean, that is just gloriously awesome and weird, just like the rest of this figure. Now, you can take the blasters off right here, flip these around. If I can do it. Might not be able to do it and hold in place, just the way these are. But if you work it, you can get the Gatling guns facing forward, and then you can peg the, hell, there went that missile. You can peg the launchers into the fist like so, and then you have this type of tank. So the options are there if you want to do this. It, like I said, it is so weird, but now I know why those wheels are there. So there you go, guys. 2003's Transformers Universe Razorclaw. Now let me find that damn missile. And now for some quick size comparisons. Here is 2003's Transformers Universe Razorclaw with Beast Wars Transmetal 2 Megatron, Legacy Transmetal 2 Megatron, and Legacy Tigerhawk. 2003's Transformers Universe Razorclaw is an awesome Transformers figure. I love this figure. I am so happy to have him back in my collection. He's got a great robot mode, funky beast mode, but tons of playability with the launching missiles, the flip out wings, the launching feathers, just all the gimmicks is just glorious with this figure. I love gimmicks. He's got the weird tank mode, and he's just great. He is goofy, yet awesome, and I love this figure. And I think the color scheme is so much better than Tigerhawk, my personal opinion. I just wish that he had a Decepticon or Predacon insignia on his chest instead of the Maximal one. So if you have the opportunity to pick up a Razorclaw, do not hesitate, pick him up. You are really going to enjoy this figure, especially if you are a Beast Wars fan. Now guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. Also, if you're in any position to help out the channel, I do have a super thanks button, and I also offer channel memberships. And I have to give a huge shout out and thank you to all my current channel members, because it is your support that helps keep this channel going. Once again, guys, this is Patriot Prime, signing out. Hooah!